This is a USA version of the $2,000 RadRunner Plus electric bike. Is it any good? What are its features and should you buy it? Keep watching to find out. Hi, I'm Justin from Random Tech Videos, and before we get into this video, you can consider subscribing to this channel if you want, but realize that this channel is mainly about computers and that kind of tech and not about electric bikes. With that out of the way, let's just get right into the review. This RadRunner Plus is a Class 2 electric bike, which means that it is capable of going 20 miles an hour and has a 750 watt motor. But if you stick around to the end, I will show you how to increase the 20 mile an hour limit to around 24.5 miles an hour. In case you're wondering the difference between this and the RadRunner 1, the RadRunner 1 is similar but it doesn't come with a passenger package, the foot pegs, the display, or the 7-speed gear shift. So I think this one is better because of those features. So now I'm going to talk about this e-bike's features and quirks. It comes with front and rear fenders. These fenders are able to prevent water from splashing on you when you ride in the rain or in wet weather. Let me now talk about the headlight. The headlight right here is very bright and it can be seen from far enough away to be safe. However, it does have a little quirk where it will not illuminate what's directly ahead of you, so you just have to focus it into the distance and just hope that there's nothing really close. This bike also features an adjustable suspension with the ability to lock it completely if you want a very stiff ride. The brakes on this bike are disc brakes. It can stop the bike quickly and safely, and that's really all there is to say about the brakes. The gear shift is a standard electric bike gear shift with 7 gears, and you can just shift through it easily using the shifter from the right hand. Now let's talk quickly about the center display. You can press and hold mode to turn it on or to turn it off. When it's on, you can press the up button to increase the pedal assist level or the down button to decrease it. This determines how much it will help you when you're pedaling, or you can even go to 0 where it won't help you at all. To turn on the headlight, you can press and hold both mode and plus at the same time, and the headlight turns on. You can press mode once to switch between the trip meter and the odometer, or you can press and hold the plus button to toggle between your average speed, your max speed, and your current speed. Pressing and holding the down button will put you in walk assist where it will go at a few miles an hour. Now let's talk about the throttle. The throttle can be activated from a complete stop and it will get the bike moving, or it can be used while you're pedaling and you just want to get it going faster. The next thing I want to do is demonstrate the different pedal assist levels so you can have it on any level, and I'll show you what each level does. Okay, so right now I'm in gear 7 using pedal assist level 1. The bike is slowly accelerating and it's going to keep me around like 10 miles an hour if I'm not putting much effort in. Now I'm going to pedal assist level 2. The bike is speeding up ever so slightly, and now it's putting in a little more wattage. Now I'm going to go to level 3. Now is when the bike really starts to take off, and depending on your battery charge, you may even be able to hit 20 miles an hour at pedal assist level 3 with little effort. We're going about 19 right now. Now pedal assist level 4, the motor's really kicking in and we're accelerating. And now finally pedal assist level 5, and wow, we're taking off. We're going up to top speed and it's not even that much work. Of course I can manually pedal harder and force the bike to go faster. If you do decide to use pedal assist level 3, like I'm doing right now, and you put more effort in yourself, you will increase your range. If you want the maximum range you can get, where you just are pedaling relaxed and just going for a relaxed bike ride, you put it to level 1 and just let it take you at whatever speed it goes. But then if you do that, you'll also want to get in a lower gear so that now it's easier to pedal. So that's basically the different pedal assist levels on this e-bike, and that's really all you need to know about it. Regarding the seat and the passenger seat, this seat can be lowered to be in line with the passenger seat, or it can be up here like the normal seat on a bike, and you also have foot pegs that can come down for the passenger to more easily ride. And then of course you have your battery right here. This battery can be unlocked and removed from the frame, or it can be just turned off so that someone can't drive it away, or it can be in the on position. Keep watching to the end to see some of my recommendations for accessories, one of them being an extra battery. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, you have a 750 watt geared hub motor in the rear wheel. The brake light, nothing really to say about it except that it's activated by the brakes, and you can also make it flash by pressing a button on the back of it. The bike also comes with a toolkit so that you can do some basic on the side of the road repairs wherever you go, and I recommend keep it in the center console, which is not included but is one of the accessories I would recommend. Now that I've discussed what all the features are, I think it's time to talk about the ride quality and ownership experience. The ride quality is very good and the bike is very stable thanks to the front suspension and wide tires. So the ride quality is very good. However, the seat post, it's a bit hard. Long rides, it can get a little uncomfortable, so you might want to consider a third-party replacement seat or something in the future, but for normal use, you're going to be fine. Also, another thing is the 7-speed gear shift will make it very easy to get up hills. You don't have to worry about not getting up hills. It's just you may have to pedal a little when going up a hill, and that's good anyway because it puts less strain on the motor. Here's the RadRunner Plus about to climb a steep hill. This is using pedal assist level 5. And like I alluded to earlier, the handling is really good. I'll give you a sample of that right now. As you can see, the bike handles reasonably well, but it's nothing crazy. So it's not going to be the same as a bike with skinny tires, but for what it is, it's actually pretty good. I'm able to take corners with no problem. The bike is a bit heavy to lift. I'll show you right now that it's not the easiest thing to lift, so you're not going to be carrying this upstairs, but it's well offset by the fact that this is very sturdy and solid. Also, it might be a little challenging for you to assemble it as one person, but with two people, it won't be any problem, and I did assemble it by myself. It's just a little more challenging. Okay, now probably the most important part about this e-bike, the range. The range of this e-bike can go anywhere from 20 to 50 plus miles. So the advertised range is 25 to 45 miles, which is fairly accurate based on my opinion and my riding experience. The less power you use and the more you pedal, the farther you can go. But at a minimum, if you're my weight, which is around 150 pounds, you can count on at least 20 miles throttle only. Now I'm going to talk about some issues I've had and their resolutions. Nothing is perfect, and this bike is no exception. When I got it, there was a lot of shipping damage to the box. On the bike itself, there were a few minor scratches, and the chain was off of the gears. I was able to put the chain back on the gears myself. However, the derailleur was also out of adjustment. Don't worry though, Rad Power Bikes gave me a $25 credit so that I could get it fixed at a local bike shop. So everything was resolved there. And then I also had an issue where the display got all fogged up after riding in the rain, and then it stopped working. Rad Power Bikes just sent me a replacement display, and I have ridden in the rain since, and everything has been fine so far. I must say though that shipping times are not very good. Like, I was waiting almost a month for some replacement parts to come in, so that's just one thing to keep in mind, but I think it's well offset by how good it is. You might think this is sponsored, but no it isn't. I'm just stating my honest opinion. So now, would I recommend this e-bike? I think based on the way how I've been talking, I think it's fairly obvious that I would, but if it isn't, yes, I recommend it. I mean, assuming that it's the right thing for you. It's not the right thing for everyone. But for me, I plan on using this for commuting in the future because it doesn't require registration or insurance. And it can also go on bike paths and stuff like that because it's classified as a road legal bike. And now for the secret that you've been waiting for. How to increase the e-bike's top speed. Here's how you do it. So when the e-bike is on, you press and hold up and down at the same time. Now it shows that that's for the wheel size. You press mode, and now you can adjust the speed. By default, it'll show like 32 kilometers an hour, and you can increase this up to 40, which is about 24.5 miles an hour. And then you just press and hold mode to exit. And it really is that easy to increase the top speed. That's all it takes. The e-bike may not always be able to achieve that speed, but it'll stop cutting out when you pedal at 20 miles an hour and then it suddenly cuts off. That will stop happening. Now that I've reviewed the e-bike, I would like to recommend certain accessories that will make your life with this e-bike a lot better. The first accessory I would definitely recommend is a center console. This center console gives me so much storage. It lets me store tools, stuff that I want to bring along for the ride, or even an entire spare battery. Speaking of spare battery, I would strongly recommend getting a spare battery. One battery isn't always enough, so like if you get out somewhere and you have a spare battery stored in the center console, you will always then have enough power to get back home so that you aren't left stranded anywhere. The next, quote, accessory shouldn't really be an accessory, but should rather be standard, but it is an accessory. I'm talking about the rear view mirror. That's good for safety because it'll let you see what's behind you, like if a car is approaching. And then the last accessory I would recommend would definitely be the phone holder, because with this phone holder, you can have your phone mounted to your bike while riding so that you can easily view your navigation. I found this very helpful. And now that my review of the e-bike is complete, I think there's only one thing left to do: take it out for a ride. It's literally the perfect day right now to go for a nice e-bike ride. No clouds in the sky, great weather, everything. And I really like the way how this e-bike rides. It's plenty fast for my knees, like I'm going up a hill 23 miles an hour. Unfortunately, I did have like one bad experience when I was on this e-bike, and by bad I mean very bad. Yes, that's right, I crashed into a deer. A deer ran out in front of my e-bike while I was riding on actually this very road I'm riding on right now. Let's just put it this way, I had to go to the hospital in an ambulance. Okay, maybe I didn't have to, but I felt like I had to at the time. My right thumb was completely broken. Okay, not completely broken, but twisted backwards and in extreme pain. Even now, 6 months later, it's still sore. I have a big scar on my abdomen and left elbow from where I scraped. And yes, the e-bike was also damaged. My thumb has finally recovered enough for me to do stuff again. But so the e-bike damaged, the mirror was damaged, I replaced that. The passenger seat had a big gash torn in it, I replaced that. The left brake lever was twisted out of position, I replaced that. The alignment was messed up, I corrected that. The passenger foot pegs were messed up too, I corrected those, and now it still rides like new. So if you want a testament as to the reliability and repairability of this bike, it's very repairable and it's a good experience, because I was afraid after that my bike would be totaled, but no. And Rad Power Bikes, they were very helpful. All I can say is like, they gave me so much money off of the parts for repair after I told them about my situation. So it only cost me like $150 instead of like $400 to get the whole thing repaired. And now I'm able to ride once again. And right now we are coming up to the spot where I had my accident. It happened right here. I was just riding like this, with my bike like this. The deer comes shooting out from over here. I try to swerve around and brake. Instead, what happens is that my wheel the deer hits it, my wheel gets twisted, the bike falls over like this, and then I'm lying in the road over here, and I'm so stunned from what happened that I couldn't move. The only injury was that my thumb here was broken. So that was in a cast for like 1 or 2 months. I've been slowly but surely recovering, and I'm back to riding again when I can. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this ride vlog segment that demonstrated e-bike and told you about my experience. I know it's less professional, but I just thought I'd put it in here. But I guess let's cut to the outro. And that just about wraps up this video. If you thought this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them below in the comments section. And with that out of the way, thank you for watching, and until my next video, goodbye.